Israel?
No.
Between Gaza and Israel. I'm very
Sorry,
interested.
Palestine, whatever, the conflict. Are you guys interested in talking about the
Dude,
conflict?
Are you recording?
Nothing's ever interested us more.
Welcome to another episode of The Intellectuals, ladies and gentlemen. We have Adam talking about Gaza and Israel. How you been,
I
Adam?
thought it just crossed my mind. I'm doing very well, thank
It
you.
just crossed your mind not a few months ago.
To talk about this on a platform.
So we only see each other once a week, thank God. And what have you been up to? What do you do while you're not here? People are curious, I think, on the internet.
I'll give you a pretty fair answer.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a job. It's not like I sit
Okay.
at home locked in my room all day and watch the paint peel.
I hope
I'm
not, because
productive.
you just came out of that.
Where are you looking?
He's
Where?
heavily autistic. He can't
I'm
make eye
looking at
contact.
Poseidon.
No, I mean, where are you looking for this job?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you said where am I looking?
Two autists, just two idiots.
Well, we talked about this before. I have a life coach.
Oh,
he's
for
pretty
fuck's sake. Who's
Okay,
this life coach?
No disrespect to anybody, but they have a job, and the person that I'm working with is very good.
The
Never
reason-
mind the bullshit about this legality. I remember the last episode. You get a job, so you work there for 2 weeks, and there's a forget that. Forget that. That was
Hard-
like
hard
a
to
bad.
forget that.
It's called
Forget all the past bad
yeah,
experiences
he's there.
I had with this person. Going forward.
I've had more good than bad. Okay. That's
Okay,
the best
what's
way
the
for
good?
me to put it.
Okay,
He
can I
has
say
found
something
a whole
before?
bunch of interviews.
Okay, interviews. Okay, can I say something? A life coach. You said he had a job, right? The reason
found-
why he's a life coach is because he doesn't have a job.
Okay, wait. That
Wait,
is
what's
his
his-
job. Okay.
Wait, I thought you
Tony
said you're
Robbins
his
is
own.
actually the closest example.
Stop talking about Tony Robbins. Your guy. Does he
Yes.
only have you as a client?
Oh, he's got plenty.
Okay. Do you know any of them?
No.
Have you heard any success stories?
I don't know. I don't want me to tell you. No, I don't. But that's not important.
I mean, it's very important,
I
right?
have
He's
I've
never
known-
used-
I have actually known this guy. He's the son of an old friend of my father's, and we met when I was like 10 years old. Okay, he's not some guy I just met via a reference. I have known him personally.
Zero
Okay.
references. He's not a guy that has. I love that you thought that would be a winner. You're like, he's not a guy that has
There wasn't any
references.
need. There wasn't any need. Before he worked as a coach, he worked as a salesman. Okay,
And
You
trust me, he's
talk
still
about-
working as a salesman.
Listen,
Yeah.
Pantelis, I'm going to repeat your very words. You use common sense. You're expected to use common sense.
Yes.
This guy is not a guy who's been a bum half his life. He had a good income. I'm not going to tell you what because that's personal.
I don't care what his
He's
income
worked his way up. He's not a person who, he's not a grade 10 dropout. He has education.
What does that
You
mean?
use that to gauge what a person's, outlook is.
No, you don't. Let me tell you something. If you go to a restaurant that's been around for 5 years and you go online and you notice the reviews are 1 star, it's just a 1-star restaurant, or a 0-star, you would ask questions. But that's what a normal person would, that's what common sense would dictate. You would be like, but they've been around for 5 years. Of course they're a good restaurant. So him, no references, no reviews, was a salesman, still is a salesman, by the way.
Okay,
You're just the product.
I know where he studied, okay?
So?
Okay, fine. You know what I'm starting to pick up on you? You are one of these people who don't like to give people the benefit of the doubt that they are who they are.
What? I'm literally
guy's
the benefit
alive.
of the doubt. This is not a benefit of the doubt. Dude, you did this to us when you had the fake girlfriend. And you were so mad until you figured it out.
Okay, fine. He knows my father. He knows my father. He knows my sister. My sister is not
He
a
knew
person who
you.
can just get fooled haphazardly. She's happy. Everyone that I know is happy. You're getting help. And my interpretation that you guys are telling me, well, I'm not so sure about the guy. Please dismiss any and all thoughts about that.
So this guy, what did he work in sales? By the way, what did he do in sales?
Mostly computers. Computers, electronics.
Sold computers, you worked at Staples.
So he did B2B basically,
I forgot what that is.
business to business. So
I think so.
he
I think
sold
so.
to businesses,
I
or
think
he
so.
worked at like Best Buy.
No, you're right. He did B2B.
Are you sure?
Yes. There's a company, I'm not going to tell you on the air, but there's a company he worked at, a very large company.
IBM.
I'll give you a hint. They're on the corner of Côte St. Catherine and DeCarry. Well, they
I'll give you
used
a
to be
hint.
there. Okay.
That's Staples.
No, it's not.
So wait, Côte St. Catherine and DeCarry.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Do you not drive a car?
I love the attitude he gives you.
Most-
Listen
You're
to
such a
me,
I
you
used to be an
shit.
Uber
listen to
driver.
me,
When
you
someone gives me an
fucking
address,
dummy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right. I'm the dummy.
Poseidon, listen here, you fucking dummy.
Listen here, you fool.
Listen here, you dumb
Do
shit.
you not know where an intersection is?
I'll give you a hint. Do you know when you take the on-ramp to go on DeCarry North? Edouard Montpetit. You know where I'm talking
Yeah.
about? There's a Shell on one side. Excuse me. There's
That's Van
an
Horn, that's
Ultramar on
true.
the north side, a little bit south of there. you know that very ramp? Where that very ramp is?
We know where the ramp is.
Okay, well, he was working on the west side, okay?
Of the ramp.
Of the street.
Just tell us what it is at this point. Just tell us what it
I
is.
can't remember the name, but it was a large electronics
Next to like
company.
a Wendy's.
Further north than there.
But those are all the scam guys. That's like where you used to work.
Hold on, bro. Hold
You used to work with him.
I worked further north, so don't
No,
mix me
I'm
with
talking about
him.
Poseidon.
Oh,
Did he work for Bell?
no. I can't remember
Intelcom.
the name of it. No.
That's all the scams over there. I love that he points to a scam neighborhood and he's like, he was very legitimate, my friends.
Link now. Listen,
No. And it was 20 years ago, and I don't...
20 years ago.
It might not even be there.
It was
but
Bell.
It
It's
was
not
a
there.
large electronics reseller, okay? Now, we're going on a tangent which we don't
Las
have
Sus.
to, okay?
He worked for Radio Shack.
No.
He worked for Radio Shack, bro. 20 years ago, I think there used to be a Radio Shack at
It's possible, but
that
that's
they
not
carry
the company
Square
we're-
there where
Further south.
No. Further, further south. I know where he's talking about. It's the reseller. There's like those pawn shops and it's those scams, the telemarketing computer scams. But it literally fits his profile. Like it's amazing that
Bro,
that's his life coach.
Your friend worked for Marché aux Puces, bro.
No, it's not that. It's one of the. It's like the thing. Remember the thing you did for the websites?
Yeah?
It's like that. It's those kind of companies that are there.
Oh my God, bro.
It's okay. Telemarketing used to be a big thing in Quebec.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't know. I mean,
And he also worked, now that I think about it, he also worked for an insurance company.
Okay, yeah. So everything about him sounds legit.
Yes.
yeah.
No, these are all the these are all the signs
Okay,
of a
Do you
scam.
understand the words overstepping your boundaries? I have no
on
problem
a
with
fucking-
that guy. You guys have never met him, but you're going to second guess and say,
Okay,
We're not second guessing. This is initial first guess, and it's correct. It's a correct guess.
You're on a podcast, so everything that you mention on a podcast is no longer
Yours.
Yours.
Everybody's
A-
allowed to second guess it. This is what the
Exactly.
platform is.
That's what it is. This is how this works.
Okay.
And B, just a newsflash on insurance companies. Anyone can work for an insurance company. By the way, they'll take anyone that's wearing a $50 suit.
Yeah.
And do you know why? I'll tell you
yes,
why.
Yes. I'll give you a very good
you
guess.
know why?
Because you are paid to talk properly. You're paid to look like
The
you're
man
smooth
is
and you're
the
suave.
man is a buffoon. He thinks that the point you were making was the $50 suit, and he thinks that a $50
Forget the
suit is
suit.
suave.
I gave you an answer
No.
regardless of
No,
the suit.
no. The reason why they'll hire anyone that can dress professionally is because they don't actually pay a salary.
Fine.
They don't. So
Because you're paid on like a commission basis.
you're paid on commission, and you're paid on.
So essentially, if you don't work hard, they
don't
don't
get any
care.
money.
Yeah, they don't care because
Okay.
they're not going to lose
Exactly.
money.
No
and
problem.
the word isn't dividends that I'm looking here, but basically the commission structure of insurance companies for insurance brokers is, let's say they maintain a client for long term, they get a certain percentage per month off of that
Oh, like
client.
the residuals.
Like a residual. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. They're very small, but let's say you
They
have
add up. They add up.
You have, let's say you have 100 clients for $50 a month. That's what, $5,000 a month. 5% of that.
It adds
that's
up, it adds up.
250. You know, it adds
Yeah,
up. Plus your
Okay.
commissions, anyways. So that's how they do it. I actually considered it at some point, but I'm like, I don't really want to do this. It's depressing, insurance and shit. And-
Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's
Yeah.
it's just Adam.
sorry.
Whatever. As long as it's who cares? You're
Yeah.
not paying him. It's free.
You're
It
giving me
doesn't-
the third degree on a guy that you have issues, you may have issues with.
I have zero issues with
okay,
him because
good.
he's not charging you. If he was charging you, it would be different. But since it's free, who cares? Have fun, enjoy it.
Fair enough. Anyway,
He's charging you,
let's-
isn't he?
No, there's no way. bro.
Listen, hold on.
He's charging you, isn't he? Answer my question.
Every now and then, not regularly. Was the words charged ever discussed in the last 10 minutes prior to this in this podcast? We never talked about charging.
Exactly.
So
That's why I thought you weren't being charged.
Okay. Oh man. You know, we just
Nice
have different
boots.
points of views
Thank you.
on this whole
Timberland.
subject.
Honestly,
okay?
one of the best pair of boots I've ever bought
They
in my
look
life.
nice.
The podcast started by asking me, "What do you do?" I said I work with a life coach. Now we have to go into all these levels of detail about him, which is not relevant.
It's
I'm
very
telling you, I'm
relevant.
working with a life coach. It should
I
end
feel
there.
like the reason why you're not gainfully employed is because you're wasting your time with this guy.
Now I have a question. Does he take payment only every time he finds you an interview?
When I get a job,
When you get a job, and how much do you pay him?
look. I will tell you, but I'm not going to tell you
is
on
it a
the
certain
air.
percentage of
I'm
your
not
wages?
divulging personal information
Is
on
it a
the
certain?
air.
It doesn't have to
Okay.
be.
We'll talk
Please.
about it after. But
Yes.
this guy's running an awesome scam. We should join. We
But
should
honestly, I think we should start a business on this.
find. I like it. Adam's gonna CEO my new company.
This is insane, bro. I've never heard of this.
It's called coaching cunts. And
Let me please tell you, this is my own information. This
Yes.
is not this he said, she said. When I was working at the warehouse, there was actually a fellow coworker. I mean, when we had our breaks, we ate together we ate together a few times at the same
good, you're
table.
a good coworker.
On the subject of a life coach, there are people, if they work to the best of their abilities, it shows in the when you look on for example, the best doctor can make $250,000. This is like salary expectations.
Yes.
A life coach can make up to $140,000.
Okay.
That's in their salary range.
Do you
scamming
hold on?
people.
Do you find it weird that you keep judging people, whether they're good people, bad people, whether it makes sense based on the amount of money they make? You do realize that Pablo Escobar was almost a billionaire, one of the most notorious drug
Was a
dealers. on
drug
planet.
dealer, yeah, the
Why
mo-
is it the amount of money that always gets you to assume that someone's good just because they make a lot of money?
Because he thinks he can scam them. You know what? I just had this thought. It actually...
The biggest scammers in the world, the crypto scammers now, they're all billionaires. It's not because they made money that they're good people. The two are not
Okay, so
exclusive.
may I attach the words under the pretext that they are honest in what they do?
So you know there's a saying...
How is Pablo Escobar
He's not
a crypto king? How are they honest?
Let me.
So hold on, let me just say this
man.
because I just realized something. You know how you weave your own fate?
Yes,
He is the product of weaving his own fate.
everyone is really.
He spent a life of... Well, yeah, you're right, but he spent a life of
Scamming.
pulling scams and scamming and trying to get away.
And now he's the, you're the scammy.
You're the scammy. So really, wow, that's interesting. Actually, I just noticed.
Okay. I would like to use the words common sense a third time today.
Go ahead, you're allowed.
You tell me how close or far I am to the truth.
Okay.
I don't want to hear the words dishonest, unethical, under the pretext that a given person is honest. Supposing, I don't know, you have these operations. Let's look at doctors, right? You have like breast surgery, something that is not covered by Medicare, for example, right?
Breast surgery? Why'd you go with
I'm
that?
giving you an example.
Okay.
You have a
so hold
doctor.
on, because you like doing this, and I don't want to lose people because you go all over the place.
Okay.
You're
Work with
trying
me.
to set up an example.
Yes.
The example is a plastic surgeon that is
you
doing
are
boob
making
jobs.
money that it's based on how good you are will dictate how much money you make is
I know
based
what
on
he's
how good
doing.
you are.
Correct.
Now just hear me out.
Yes.
If I go to 4 different people and I know I'm not looking for this, I'm just setting the way so you can understand my life.
Yes.
I go to
You're
4
about to
different
destroy your own
specialists.
argument, but go on.
One guy says, okay, I'll charge you 100,000. The guy says 90,000. The guy says 8, and I go to this super duper doctor allegedly, and he's going to charge me 180,000.
Let's say.
Don't you think that I would tell that doctor, you think you're that good? I'm going to go to the one that's going to be charging me 100,000.
No, I don't think, because I don't know what the fuck you would say depending on the situation, depending on why you'd want that doctor. But what I will tell you is if you think that the one that's making the most money is the better one,
So
then that should tell you all you need to
Right.
know
Okay.
about your life coach. Because
Actually,
if your
my
life coach was that good, he wouldn't have another job. He would just be a life coach.
Okay, I used a little bit of a screwy logic. So let me slightly modify my sentence, okay?
Let's modify my sentence. This asshole. Let me modify.
trying to give you
Let
a-
me modify the stupidity I said into something dumb.
All right,
Fine.
modify away, doggy.
You have skincare. I don't know, okay?
Yes.
There
I
are
care for
certain
my skin.
things where someone may charge you $200. You're getting your hair done or your nails done. I'm
Yes.
giving you layman's terms examples.
Nails did,
Someone
hair
may
did.
charge you 100. Someone might charge you 200.
But what does that have to do with fucking anything?
I'm getting there. If a person says, I will charge you 500, that better be the top of the line person who can do it. Now, in the case of the life coach, you are paid according to what the market will give you. If it's a well-known fact that most people will not pay $500 to have their nails done, then most people
What are you
will look at
talking
you
about? You're just,
funny.
do you realize that you're just saying words that in your head they make sense,
Hold
but they
on.
don't?
Okay.
What does that have to do with
Okay.
your life coach being
I'm
a
fluent
scam?
and retarded. I
Yeah.
know what he's
Okay,
trying to say.
fine.
I know. So remember,
Because essentially, if I understand correctly, this is what you're saying. Bro, if this guy was a scam, why would a fucking idiot like me pay him?
I was going to say...
that's what he's saying. But hold on.
Fine.
He's also saying that, but he's because I'm fluent and retarded, like I said.
You're fluent and retarded.
Do you remember walking out of the elevator when I told him to go get a certain job, and he
Yes,
turned
yes.
around and asked,
Yes,
what
yes,
should I
yes.
negotiate as my starting salary
Yes,
for a
yes.
fucking gas station?
That's a valid.
Oh, I
that's
thought
a
you were
valid
talking about
Okay.
something else. Never mind.
So no, you don't. Stop it, please. Okay,
You guys
You're
are
gonna fucking
adorable.
drive me nuts.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna talk.
be quiet for a second.
Adam, cut him off.
What he is equating, so he is equating a private business owner setting his own, no, I was gonna say
Price.
salary, his own
own
prices
price.
for his products, equating it to him going to go get a job and he's the product of like, how much do you think I'm worth?
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking work that way.
Adam, you know what you are? You're a communist trying to understand capitalism.
It doesn't fucking. You can't walk into a gas station and be like, yeah, bro, me, I think I'm worth $25 an hour.
You're literally the internet come to life. Hey, I heard that Elon Musk is worth $1 billion. I want $1 billion. That's you. That's you right now.
It doesn't. You want a job. When you get a job, you walk in, you leave your CV, or you email them with your
You work
CV,
your way up. You prove
and
your
you ask,
worth.
how much does this position pay? Is it an hourly wage?
Is it
a
missionary?
yearly
Of
wage?
course. What are the benefits? Do I get dental? Shit like that.
Again, he's going.
Okay,
He's going to
that's
what
the
he
least of
gets
the
all
importance
the
of
time.
level. It's the least, but it's still important.
So, Adam, what makes you think you're a great candidate to work for us? Well, do you guys have dental? How much will you be paying? It's like that's not the question they asked.
All
you.
right. How about I speak as clearly as I possibly can? All I wanted
What
to
have you been doing so
say,
far?
if let's say a pharmacy manager might make $50,000. That's the best they can do. And a life coach can make $140,000. Does that not speak for itself? It's a marketable profession. That's it. No twisted words.
It is, but that has to do with what we're saying. Because we know one of our friends, she's like the most high-end escort in Montreal, right? So she said like, it's like $600 an hour, let's say. Okay?
If you say so, yeah.
No, I don't say so. That's
Okay,
what she
fine,
charges.
continue,
That's
yeah.
what she charges. So just because she charges $600 an hour as an escort does not mean that she'd be the greatest life coach. They don't add up. It doesn't matter how much she's making or how much she's charging. It doesn't equate to what you need and the work you're getting. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm great at stand-up. Doesn't mean I'm a fucking welder because you asked me to weld.
You know what we have here? We have like a failure to communicate here, okay?
No, you have a failure of understanding
You
because the
told me
guy's not
this
making
life
good.
coach is let's just say questionable. And I'm telling you, a
100%
guy
a
I
scam.
worked with said these guys make up to what
But
normal
what does
person
these
would want
guys?
to pay them that
But
kind of
what
money.
does these guys have to do with the guy you're using? First of all, life coaches in general are mostly a scam. But just because someone was good, they're like, yo, this guy makes a lot of money. What does that mean for your guy? That's what I don't understand. That in your head you're having
I'm looking
trouble
at things
understanding.
more on a global level. You're looking at them at an individual level.
No!
In the last 20 years, it's now a profession. I don't know what people say about Tony Robbins, but that's a whole separate kind of worms.
But what does one have to do with the other?
I'm saying I'm making one statement, not 5, not 10, one. I'm going to see a life coach. Hence, it's like saying I'm going to see a hockey coach.
No.
He's
You
teaching me
keep
how to
changing
play
the
hockey.
subject.
Okay. I'm going
You
to see a
said the
life
reason
coach.
why your life coach is not a
Yes.
scam is because your friend
The
that you
name,
listen
those two
is
words.
because your friend that you sat at the cafeteria with told you that life coaches, there are life coaches that make a lot of money. Hence, your life coach must be good for you. A logic that doesn't make any sense. Now, by your logic, if a black guy steals your car in California, does that mean that every black guy is going to steal a car?
That's ridiculous.
But that's what you're saying about the fucking life coach.
Let me ask you, how long have you had this life coach?
3 years, 4 years?
As long as his life's been doing great.
How's that worked for you in the meantime?
He was in house arrest.
I saw him before I was
He lost a court case. He was in house arrest. He committed some crimes. He got fired. It's been going great. Is what
Why
he's trying to
can't
say.
you do the old school way of just walking into a place asking for a job? Dishwasher, bro. Walk into any wash dishes.
His life coach is against that.
Do you wash dishes at home?
Yes.
Do it for money.
Bro, do it for money. What are you, a loser doing it for free at home
Yeah, don't do
like
it for
every
free,
other
bro.
loser?
If you have a good skill, make money off it.
Nah, bro.
You know what? I know you guys don't agree with my reasoning, but I feel like at the end of the day, I'm happy I'm seeing a life coach, but you guys are going to try and twist it around so that I shouldn't be happy.
No.
He's doing his due diligence.
Did you hear how he phrased that? I'm
Yes.
seeing a life coach.
Not just
Going
that,
to
also
see
he
one.
said he's trying to argue that the reason why we're upset is we don't want him to be happy.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You just said that. You literally just said that. We have no problem with you being happy. It's not because we're not mad we're mad because you're too stupid to realize that you're getting scammed. But if it makes you happy, go ahead. But then don't say you don't understand why you're not getting a job, why you're wasting your money, because you're doing those things. That's all we're saying. Continue doing it. We're not going to stop
Do
you.
you know how they have special needs hires in grocery stores?
Yes, I see
And
them a lot.
I've seen them a lot. Do you think he has a chance?
No. Not at all. He's beyond special needs.
Because you know what the problem is with him? The problem isn't that he's also special needs. And I'm sorry if this hurts you, but, you know, let's all...
I mean, you're both special needs.
We're
if I'm
both
being
special
honest.
needs, yeah.
Different kinds of special needs.
Yeah, yeah. But The problem with him and why he's not employable is you don't know if he's gonna pull weird scams. That's the problem.
It is very hard to employ you if
So-
I don't know if you're going to try to rob
So,
me.
like, yeah, you can have those special needs hires, but you know they're gonna take it seriously. You know whether they're doing the
My
carts or
life coach
shelving.
told me that you need to prove your worth. So I want to show them that I could run the business better than them. Is that not
Yeah.
logical?
My life coach said I'm worth $100,000 a year. Where's my and like he's gonna pull
Is
weird
that a
shit.
scam?
And he's gonna pull weird shit like that, bro.
Can we move on to
That's
some other
why-
stuff?
That's
Yeah,
why
let's
he's
move on to
unemployable.
something else. I
let's
don't wanna
mo-
do the life coach all
You're
day.
right. Let's move on to another scam, and you are going to have a field day
I'm
with
already
this. Oh, I found out yesterday.
Adam, who you scam?
France.
You scam the entire country of France.
No,
I knew you were
the-
going to say that.
The entire country of France is more likely to scam him. They have something called the gas guzzlers tax. Okay, now.
I have something called the cum guzzlers tax.
So in France, cars emitting more than 225 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer
Yeah.
will be taxed a maximum rate of 40,000 euros next year. This was in 2020, and 50,000 euros in 2022. Now it's up to 60,000 euros.
What?
Yes. So listen to this. The levy is capped at half the cost of a vehicle. So let's say you go to buy a new vehicle, okay, and it's worth $120,000, and it's a crazy sports car. They tax you. Are you listening to this?
I'm-
120,000 euros. Sorry, they tax you 60,000 euros in France. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
What?
So the car that's worth 120,000 euros, you are paying 180,000 euros.
How do they collect the tax?
Angrily.
I swear to God, bro. I
Angrily.
can't, bro. I'm gonna
When you
fucking-
buy it at the gas station, come on.
Actually, you know what? That's a valid question.
Thank
like,
you.
do they charge you straight up front, or is it like a monthly
upfront.
fee?
No, upfront. Well, it depends if you finance. If you finance, I think they finance
But
it.
that's crazy.
Dude, I found this out yesterday. I was in, and because I was speaking to like a French person, they're like, yeah, this is why when we come to like North America, we like freak out over bigger engines because it's non-existent now. In Europe, it's like incredibly rare. They're like billionaires that have these insane cars.
What the fuck, bro?
So, but it's up to the maximum of half. So let's say you have a sports car that's worth $50,000. Okay,
You pay double.
and it passes that threshold. No, it passes that threshold of 225 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer, which I don't know how to measure that. So then half of that. So you pay a $25,000 tax. So that car that's worth $50,000, you now pay $75,000. And we have a similar tax here in Quebec, by the way. It's called the luxury tax. Have you heard about this?
No.
So a vehicle that's worth over $100,000, you have to pay a luxury tax. So you know what dealerships started doing? Allegedly, because I don't want to snitch.
I'm listening.
Allegedly, what they started doing is they started buying the cars, the luxury cars. They then drive it themselves, and then it goes up as a used car. So you don't have to pay luxury tax. The dealer doesn't pay luxury tax because they didn't buy it. It was under the name, like a business.
What?
Yeah, it's insane. Are you looking? You're looking at this. You're freaking out.
What is this nonsense, bro?
So
How long
France
has this been going on? Here.
Since
Here.
here it's new, the luxury tax, but in France this has been going on for like 10 years, I was told. So since like 2014 they have this gas guzzlers tax that basically that's insane, bro. No wonder they're all driving like 3-cylinder engine cars.
But it's all, anyways. It's such a scam. They're putting in Canada the new carbon tax kicks
as
in.
of April 1st,
Yeah, people are losing their fucking minds.
yeah.
And just the excuses, dude. I was watching, what's her name, Krista Freeland, the deputy prime minister, and they were asking her. They go, "Hey, so how much have you collected
I saw
total
that.
from all this, bro? How annoying is that, bro? They just don't want to answer a question." She's like, "Thank you for asking that." So the thing is, I want people to know that we're trying to put money in the pockets of people in Saskatchewan. And she's like, "Okay, answer the
She
question."
dodges the question,
Yeah.
right?
So how much have you guys?
Kind of like you do.
Yeah, how much have you guys put in? Right, it's great that you asked him because for the just doesn't want to answer, and then you have today it comes out that apparently you know how they've been spending this government, and this is going to piss everyone off. So we've been spending. It does not do with us. The federal government has been spending twice as much as the revenue they're taking in, and they're wondering why things don't add up.
How are they spending double? Do you know how much Canada
Was
collects?
there an
in-
audit conducted, or you're
Thank you for cutting me off.
sorry about that?
Do you know how much Canada collects in taxes in general in a year? It's in the high billions. Have you seen that?
I believe it. They take so much money. Yeah.
So where the hell is that money going, man?
Dumb programs, vacations to Jamaica, shit like that.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. I was going to
You
ask.
did not speak out of
Pantelis.
turn. This is your show. Everything is in turn.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Pantelis. Are you telling me this as per a report, or is it just like
No,
general
a report.
knowledge?
A report. It just came out.
Double. Wow.
Yeah, double.
Double.
Yeah.
Well,
It's kind of impressive.
that might be one of the reasons why we're not exactly as respected as we used to on the international scale.
We're not respected at all. Canada, the economy could tank tomorrow, and we have zero effect on everyone. That's how bad it's gotten. We used to be dominant. We used to be a peacekeeper. We used to have lumber,
We used to be in second place.
natural resources. No, Canada was never in second place.
No?
No, Canada.
Third, fourth,
Fifth or
but we were
sixth.
high up there.
No, that's in your head. But no, in real life,
Well, it depends on the category.
no. He's talking about like efficient,
quality of-
productive countries, not quality of life. He's talking about like that we meant something on the grand scale. So if we were eliminated, this is when we used to trade more. But no, we were never even third. It was always
where were
it was
we?
always U.S., Japan, Brazil,
India.
Germany, India, China in our lifetime. It's always been.
Oh, okay. So in the high 15s.
Yeah, in the high. I don't know though, because
Top 20 for sure.
at some point we must have been in the top 20 of producing. But the problem with us was that our main, we weren't really giving shit to the world. Our main exports were going just to the States. Like
Didn't we have like a special trade agreement with them, like exclusive or something?
NAFTA, we have the
North American.
It's us and
trade agreement.
Mexico. It's so that they don't pay, but then they changed it on us, and they started to hit us with weird tariffs, and we did the same thing to them.
That was Obama that hit.
I don't remember when, but I remember it was a big deal.
Because I know it wasn't. I think Trump eliminated the tariffs.
No, Trump would put more tariffs because he wants you to buy American.
So-
He's doing what's right for his country. Us, we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, we're lost, and not to mention that every province functions like a corporation, and we've sold off everything, so we're not producing anything.
Same with Quebec, right? We have those mines, the gold mines, all that, but it's not
Nothing.
us. It's Indian and Chinese companies that own them.
We could probably supply the entire world for anything, and
Well, the problem is that we stopped building our own infrastructure, so we can't supply the world with anything.
yeah, there you go.
Because we can't even dig it up.
So what has to happen?
You have to bring jobs here. Well, because now the other thing is all we have is a real estate market, which is a bubble. That's all we have.
And it's near collapse.
And it's not productive because we're not producing. Real estate agents are making money, but we're not producing. We used to be producers of tech. Movies used to get filmed here. Cutting edge technology was funded here. So a lot of companies would come here so you could do research. We don't have that anymore. We have restaurants.
Are you
and
talking about Quebec or the whole country?
the whole country?
So we have restaurants, real estate agents, and whores.
Yeah. That's just Montreal.
Nice.
I thought I might actually learn something academic. Let me ask you the fun question. In your best opinion, what's the reason why there's been such a high inflation lately?
Jeez, go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna
man.
lose my goddamn
It's
mind.
probably Russia, right? The war with Ukraine.
Oh my
Go fuck
fucking
yourself,
god,
man.
bro! I can't, bro! I can't. I have a better question. What's that shirt? Sul posto
I'm not. It's a restaurant.
Nice.
that you worked
One
for.
of my former boss. No, it's, they're not around anymore.
Did you work there?
No one. My
Is that
former
why
boss
they're
gave
not
it to me.
So they just. Anyway, I'm not gonna. You know what? Forget it. I'm done.
So I see economics is not the hottest subject on this podcast, eh?
No, it's just it's such a stupid. It's like
I meant at an in-depth level. I understand the principles of economics, but just what's
at
been
an
going on.
in-depth level. We went through a fucking global pandemic.
Yeah, but what are the factors? There's many factors.
Of the pandemic?
The main
Yeah.
factor is
The
that
factor of the pandemic is that we were funding research on viruses that we shouldn't have.
COVID,
We tried
yeah,
to
yeah.
play God. It escaped and or was let loose. We don't know, but we're gonna go with escape.
and the Fed printed an insane amount of money.
Yeah, to fight this because we weren't letting people go to work, and then we found out it was mostly a super flu. So this was all unnecessary. Now there's a new study that says that the vaccine in toddlers
Oh, yeah, I
caused
saw that.
an uptick in seizures. Wow. Yeah, stuff that they were
Okay,
denying.
here's a question I don't think is unreasonable. Do you foresee it going back to the way it was before COVID?
No, that world's
No.
never gonna exist again. You
No,
can never
yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah.
to the past.
It's changed completely. It's not even. No,
No,
it's really, sometimes I do think about it. I'm like, wow, it seems so distant. I just think about 2019. Like I look at old pictures and videos and I go, man, just the demeanor of people had, like everything has changed. It's so strange.
crazy.
It's so strange, but it's also the way life works. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not saying anything, but
I know, but I don't know. Anyways, let's go to happy things.
Yes.
Adam prepared a 5.5 list. I
Wait,
tasked
all
him-
by himself?
all by himself.
Unbelievable.
I tasked him to do it just to see what it
You
gives.
tasked him?
Tasked.
Oh,
Oh boy, this is gonna be rough.
And let's see. Let's dance first. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's okay. I'm just.
No, Adam, dance.
Yeah, dance.
People love Adam dancing.
Okay, let's go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Not a dance show. This is a comedy show.
Why are you creating? Why are you cradling a baby?
Yeah. Then hands up, Adam, like this. Look. Yeah. Dance.
Do this. Hump the air. Hump the air.
Yeah.
People must love this background music, eh?
I guess if they're listening to the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
This week's top 5.5s trips down memory lane. You guys gotta write thicker though, so we can see it better. Thicker.
Yeah.
thicker.
Sorry. I don't know where the marker is. Guido used
Okay.
to write this with a marker, and now I no longer have a supply of markers.
I have markers in my office.
Okay.
Most embarrassing moment is number 5. What? That doesn't make it. Oh, like the trip down memory lane is
Yeah.
the trip to your most embarrassing moment. Number 5.
That's one of the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a most embarrassing
Well,
moment?
guys, we spent half an hour talking about it last week. A certain former fellow student of mine, that kind of takes the cake.
What?
The whole sexual aggression calling the cops thing.
Oh, okay.
Your words are different than mine. She said I was stalking her, but I could give you 1,000% guarantee I wasn't. But anyway, let's not go into that, please, okay?
Right, because you've
That's
been.
your most. Which one is the most embarrassing moment? Getting caught or her calling the like? What's what? Because it was a lot of different adventures that you told us.
There were a whole bunch that just, okay, I was just totally like stunned that somebody would do that to me, okay? Let's not rehash what happened. At the end of the
That
day,
someone will call the cops on you stalking
just,
them.
just the
he
way you
threatened
phrase
to
it.
call the cops on me. I told you, I want to, there's a woman I like. She sounds like an interesting person. There's this other former student who told me a little bit about her, and then all of a sudden, she goes from being very open to very like, get the hell out of my face. I don't ever
So
want to see
you're
you again.
innocent.
I'm a lot more innocent than guilty. How about that?
Oh, I like that he said that.
He's such a. You know what he is? He's a weasel.
He's a fucking weasel.
We spoke earlier today off
So
air,
hold on, but
and
hold
that
on.
she may have
'Cause you said-
overreacted.
hold on. Let's rewind for a second because you said you're more innocent than guilty. But so you know that you had certain behaviors
does
that
the
made
word-
you guilty.
Let me
what
explain.
were these
Let me
behaviors?
does the word when you're naive and you don't know how a situation
I'm
will
gonna
unfold?
stab him in the neck.
I'm explaining what the general description behind why I did what I did, which
Yes.
made me guilty.
Tell us.
When you're naive and you don't think you're doing anything wrong, but then later you discover, as per logic, that I what I did was not appropriate.
Okay, so logically, you are saying that you stalked her inappropriately.
The stalking was not the problem. The idea that I came on too strong was the problem.
So the stalking was fine.
There was no stalking.
You just said the stalking was not the problem.
You know, in life, sometimes you don't speak properly, and then all of a sudden, in people's heads, he was. No, I wasn't stalking.
Okay, so but her argument was he's stalking me.
I have a question. What are you guilty of?
Yeah.
coming on too strong. Do not mix those two things, okay?
Hold on,
That
hold on.
is creepy. If
So
I
you
told-
were guilty. So she said he's stalking me, and the cop said he's
listen.
not stalking you. He's coming on too
in
strong.
the eyes of normal thinking people, I'm guilty. We're not talking about court of law. We're talking about just, okay,
So you
right
admit.
or wrong.
So you admit that the way you think is wrong.
Yeah, because you just said that normal
thought. 22 years ago. This was
Okay,
2002.
That's it. So you wanted us to side with you on what happened 22 years ago, but even you don't side with you from 22 years ago.
Partially. I
Possibly.
still say that, like I told you before, she just moved to Montreal. She was from Vancouver. She got crept out easily.
Bro, imagine
Now-
she came from a place where crackheads are roaming the streets like homeless cats.
Yeah.
And this guy creeped
scared
her out,
yeah.
bro. This guy scared her. I can only imagine what he did. He said it last time when he was like that.
You did a lot of lingering, a lot of lurking.
Guys, I wanted
I have
to
a question.
rehash.
Did you touch yourself?
I'll tell you. I'll enlighten you, okay?
Yes.
There was a point that I wanted to make, and I'm pretty sure any rational person will say, yeah, what Adam is saying makes sense, and I'll tell you why. The legal definition of stalking, okay? You're I don't know, 100 meters away from them. Okay, they just turn left. You're following them around, right? Nonstop. You're not just doing it for one period, okay? Me and this former student.
Wait, so you stalked her during one of her
I'm
periods at school?
proving to you that I did not stalk her.
Okay,
because-
okay, go
Let
on.
me explain. So she had a course on the east side of Bishop at Concordia. The class was over. We went down the stairs. She then went to another class on the other side of the street. We got to the stairs.
Wait, you had both those classes with
I
her?
wasn't in the second class. I was in the first class.
Okay.
On the 11th floor. The other floor was a small building. Let's say one or two floors.
Hold on. So you were with her in the first class?
Yes, the
And then you
class-
just got out of the room together.
We walked out, her, me, and another fellow student. All three of us went down the stairs to
Everything
the ground
sounds
floor.
fine so far.
She went to the floor, as I'm sure you know, there are steps to get into the building, right?
Yeah, there's
On the
steps,
ground
all
floor.
right.
So she went down the steps. She's now at street level. She crossed the street. I turned left. I don't know about you, but I think that pretty much disproves that I was stalking her.
Well, but you just gave one instance where you weren't stalking.
It was the same all the time.
no,
That was the way we actually got to know each other because our class ended Mondays and Wednesdays.
okay, but you're
it was
again,
the same pattern.
You know what you're doing? Because that's not the pattern she talked about. Again, we have to go back and rehash what we did last week. The thing that pissed her off and she called the cops was when you cornered her in the stairwell and you told her, "Are you gonna go out with me?" or whatever the fuck you did. That was the situation.
You're mixing cornering with coming on too strong.
Okay, no. You're saying coming on too strong, right? But what she was talking about was when you cornered her. What I'm trying to say is the stuff you're doing now is very annoying because this is what you do.
Yeah.
Someone comes and tells you, "We have 10 witnesses of you robbing that store," and you're like, "I'll bring you 50 witnesses that didn't see me rob that store." Yeah, that's not how that works. I could bring 100 people that weren't there. That's not how that works.
And if
Okay,
you
so
corner her,
hold on.
and
Let's
if
go
you
a level-
corner her in the stairwell, and you
What
go,
do
I
you
like
mean
you.
by me cornering?
What did she mean by you cornering?
Let me tell you what my textbook
Did she
example.
feel trapped?
Somebody's holding a knife at you and they say, "Give your money or I'll stab you." That's what I call cornering. What
No, that's
context
extreme.
of cornering
That's
are you
extreme.
using?
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I want to know what you mean with that word.
It's not what we mean, it's what it means, asshole. Okay, stalking. There's two definitions: pursue or approach stealthily. Okay,
You have
did you
no
do
stealth.
any of that?
No, and
Okay.
I'm giving you very good evidence as to why I didn't.
Stop.
I left
That's
the
not evidence.
classroom. We
That's not
walked
evidence.
down. She could have said, "Leave me alone. Do
You
not
using
walk with me down
but
the street
that's
level."
not what she complained about. You using a situation that's like saying I got caught speeding, but guys, there was many years where I wasn't speeding, so how could I be speeding? But we're not talking about the years that you weren't speeding. We're talking about the time where you were speeding. So she's not talking about the times that you weren't creepy or whatever. She's talking about that time in the stairwell that she had to call the fucking security on you. That's the time. You can't use the times where you weren't creeping her out in the stairwell as a defense. That's not how that works.
Okay. I just wanted to know what do you allege that I did? Okay.
I don't allege. It's
I
what you
like
told
this
me.
woman.
I get
and
it.
we're chatting while walking out
Okay,
of class
that
together.
Okay, but
time-
you're not the time in the stairwell where she said that she felt weird. That's the only time. If you murder someone, you can't say, "Well, what about the times where I didn't murder someone?" That's not how that works. It's just the
Okay.
time that you
That
murdered.
time, that time,
think-
listen to me, because I'm gonna pull I don't know, I'm gonna blow a lid or something. That time in the stairwell,
Yes.
we're not gonna say you cornered her. What did
Fine.
you do? What was your
Okay,
behavior?
so I will give you I will enlighten everybody, not just you and me and the
Yes.
listeners. It was as we got down to street level and she was about to cross, she says, "Adam, you're overstepping my boundaries. Please don't do this anymore." And I walked away.
Okay.
I didn't continue to walk with her.
So you stalked her out of the class and then to the street every time. If she had to tell you that, it's because she wasn't walking with you. She didn't ask you, "Hey, Adam, you want to walk with me?" You just decided to walk with
And
her.
the other student, she could have said the same thing to him.
But you don't know what the relation. You keep using that as an example. You don't know what the relationship is and what they've talked about, and if they have another class together. You don't know.
Okay, I know what happened.
So fine.
I know what happened. I know what
trying to
happened. I
be-
know what happened. I know what happened. Stop. You liked her.
Yes,
she was
he did.
attractive. to
He
you.
already admitted this.
I got
Okay.
to drop
Listen,
a bop on you. I'm sorry.
You liked her. You found her attractive, which
Yes.
is normal. Okay.
Facts.
You then saw another man walking out with her, and you thought, "Hey,
Fucking
why
whore.
don't I do the same?" Look. Yes. Stop. Don't say a word. Don't.
How do
don't-
you understand him so well?
Don't say.
I dropped the class.
Don't say a word.
I'm about to drop a bomb on both of you, and it will make. Oh yeah. After this series of events happened, and she said, "Don't." I'm uncomfortable. I dropped the class. I switched sections of the class, so I cut my contact with her. Does that make any sense to the people?
Hold on. Revelation here.
That seems
Thank
crazier.
You took a class just to stalk her?
No.
Well,
Yes,
that's
you
what
did.
it proves.
Yes, you did.
I felt.
How do you just
whoa,
drop a
whoa,
class?
whoa,
Hold on. What was the class? What was the class?
Physics. I didn't like.
And
the
what was your major?
teacher. These were two completely coincidental events. Okay.
No, they're
Please.
not. No, there's no such thing as a coincidence.
I see
Look
his
at him,
face.
look at him, look at him.
I
And
see his face.
Yeah, look at this bastard, bro.
I
Look
should
at
have
him.
said this from the first moment, and that would have changed the whole. Ça change l'allure, as they say in French.
Yes.
Hold on.
Stop talking. I
Stop,
want to
mute
hear
his
Adam.
mic.
Stop,
Mute-
stop talking. I gotta hear Adam.
Okay, go.
Okay,
Sorry.
so what I gave you was a rundown of what happened in a period of maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Because I didn't like the teacher, the same section was offered on Wednesday evenings. I switched sections. I didn't drop the class. I switched sections. So all that shit, I had no more contact with this woman.
Okay, but I just want to say something
and the
that I
damage
find
was
funny.
done.
I like how you just said, because I didn't like the teacher, not because the girl told me to leave her alone.
2 coincidental events.
I was just
You're
So
an
at the end of the
asshole.
day,
You're an asshole.
I will use
I have
some
a- I have a
logic
question.
to back myself. Please let me say this is very important. So this student, we were in the same class. Okay, this guy makes me uncomfortable. She's telling me to, don't give me my face. I have no more contact with her, so she will interpret if I'm near her again. Hey, she thinks I'm stalking her. Now again, I'm approaching a fellow student that goes to the same class as me. I'm a little pissed off because you guys are seeing it in a different light than the light that I'm seeing.
I think
Hello,
we're seeing it in the
fellow
correct
students.
light.
Okay.
Now I have a question for you. What were you studying in Concordia? Like
Physics.
You were studying physics?
Yes.
like
No,
that.
no, like,
Was your
what was-
major?
She was in biochemistry and she had to take, these were her prereq classes.
And what was your major?
I was in political. It was just. I was in political science, but these were courses.
Political
I
science,
wanted
he
to
took
switch
physics.
into engineering.
I'm gonna pummel you to death, Adam. You asshole. You are. I can't, bro. The guy's in political science and he takes a class in physics so he can stalk a woman, but he doesn't. He says it's not stalking. You're fucking insane. You're fucking insane, bro. You took an entire class.
Not for
to
her.
stalk a woman. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone. I'm sorry I got loud, but I can't, bro. You said you repeat.
I had my hands in 2 different domains. Okay. And the more I talk, the worse I look. It seems. Anyway, hopefully that will make a little bit of sense. This
it
whole
makes
shit
nothing but
about
a little
her
bit.
getting irritated and frustrated. It took 3 weeks off. After that, I was not in her class, so it was done. It was done, and then I bumped into her by chance. That whole episode took about a month. I'm just making everything so dramatic so that I can explain to you all the
Yes.
emotions I felt.
Yeah, this is
It's
about
not
you.
like I was thinking about this before the show. It's not like I stalked her every day. I didn't stalk her at all, but it's not like I was in contact with her every day.
It's not like I stalked her every day. It was once a week.
Here are the words that are coming out of my mouth. 6 occasions. Monday, Wednesday. The week after that. Monday, Wednesday. And then I was not in that
So you
class
stalked her
anymore,
for 6
and
days.
It was done.
Total. That's not a lot.
Yes. Does this make a little bit more sense in the Russian?
So hold on. Let's get the story straight because I was yelling before and I was very incoherent. Okay, and I've calmed down
Look,
a little bit. I'm
he's-
still,
yeah,
I'm
look,
still
look.
shaking.
I'll tell it to you quick right now so we can move
Yeah,
on to the next
yeah.
thing on your list. He saw a nice Vancouver hottie that moved here. He liked her. He found out she was in physics, so he said, "I could take a physics class. That doesn't bother me. I'm smart enough to enjoy that." He took a
but
physics
anyways.
class. He didn't stalk her. He just stealthily approached her and talked to her and started a bit of a like student-to-student, peer-to-peer relationship. They'd walk out of class together. After a while, when he asked her, "Hey, you took my number. Why don't we date?"
I was about to say she gave me her phone number. So.
I said it. I just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have another question. How did you figure out she was in that particular physics class?
I signed. Okay, let me please
How?
explain.
Answer my question. Answer my
Hold on.
question.
I will
Can
answer
we
this
move
question
on?
and then
Okay, we'll
I
move
was
on.
studying political science and physics at the same time. Okay, I did not.
Like, he's
That
still
makes
I
fighting
perfect
met
that.
sense.
her in the class.
Listen
I
to me.
didn't base all this
Adam.
shit based on the fact that I was looking for her.
Adam.
I met her in the class.
Adam, makes perfect sense. What's next on your list? Number 4 most exciting moment in your life.
Which one of us
Enlighten
will?
us.
Which one of us would like to go first?
Go
Poseidon,
first.
what is the most exciting moment of your life?
Most exciting? I don't even know, man.
I got a good one. If you guys can let me speak of it.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I'm sure you guys know from geography that Czech Republic is one country over from Germany, right? You guys know that those 2 countries have a border.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
see
if
why
the
you have to
answer is
phrase it like
yes,
that, but yeah, we do.
Then I'll go to my next point. What I often did when I went to go see my family was I'd fly from New York City. United Airlines had cheap flights. You could pay $400 or $500, even though it was US. This was early 2000s. You could buy a flight from Montreal and pay like $1,100. So I believe in economic terms, you saved about $500, but you had to get to New York, and then you had to get on a train. Okay, I just thought I was going to give you a prelude to why I'm talking about this. So there was one time I arrived, no joke. I arrived in Munich. That's where my plane arrived. And all the trains, you need to spend about 8 hours on a train. I thought there was an overnight train. I'm stuck in the city. I don't speak German. And what do I do? Okay. So I think I managed to get some stranger. I said, listen, would you mind terribly driving me just to the Czech-German border? And he said, sure. I had some, you know what I gave him as a gift? You know when they give you little bottles of vodka on the plane? True story. So I had about 5 or 6 and I kept them. He says, okay, I'll drive you to the Czech-German border. Then he says, okay, I'm turning around. He was nice enough to ask another fellow German, could you give this guy a lift to Prague? And this was all like between like 1 o'clock and 4 or 5 in the morning. So it was a very memorable experience. Then I took the train.
So most of your family lives in Germany?
No, I went to Germany because the flight to Germany is a lot cheaper than a flight to Czech Republic.
Okay.
It boils down to an 8-hour train ride.
How much was a train ride?
I don't remember. 50, 60 euros. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you
And
remember
the
my
train
story
ride
about
is
hiding
8
on the
hours.
train, I would usually only pay for like bits and pieces. I was a rebel. What can I say?
8
I
hours.
was a rebel. What can I say?
That
I
sounds
love
more
that.
like 200 euros.
No,
20 years ago.
20 years ago, and even
I
if
get
he
it.
scammed him, he could have got for free. But it's just
And
you're
euros,
never
the
going to get
currency-
that day back.
And the currency is much
Yeah,
higher,
exactly.
as you
That's
know.
what I'm thinking.
The value of a euro dollar and the Canadian dollar is much higher,
Yeah.
than Canadian. So
Everything's
could
higher
call
than
it
that.
100 Canadian.
The peso's going to beat us soon.
Yeah.
anyway,
Next.
so
Exciting moment for me, I would say there's a few. When Greece won the Euro, that was exciting.
2004.
When I was
So he remembers fucking that. Okay, go on.
this asshole, bro, I swear to God. Another very exciting moment was when my mom had started working recently again because she couldn't work because, you know, she had just given birth to my youngest brother. And we wanted cable. And she's like, no, we can't afford cable, blah, blah. So I was sad about that because I'd hear my friends have anime and whatever. And one day I come home from school and we used to live in the basement and I could see through the bars
Bam, hentai.
YTV playing. YTV playing on the TV. Bro, lost my mind as a kid. That was a very
For
exciting
what reason?
moment.
You know how long ago I watched White TV? I was a kid. I don't know what they have on that show.
Because I wanted cable as a kid to watch all these cool shows,
And you
then-
couldn't.
and I couldn't, and then my mother surprised me with it. All
That's
right,
pretty funny,
so
actually.
I guess we have a different understanding of exciting moments. All right, moving on to the next one. We got to do this fast.
See, when you felt untouchable. Go ahead.
I labeled it slightly differently when you felt like you were worth $1 million because of an event. Whatever. We're just playing with words.
Well, no. Hold on. Where's the paper, bro? Before I lose my goddamn mind. The day you felt like you were untouchable and like $1 million.
What did I say? You omitted the $1 million part.
Yeah, but dude, it's really long. I gotta shorten
Okay,
it.
no
Come on,
problem,
man.
no
Okay,
problem.
so when did you feel like you were untouchable and $1 million?
I'll let you guys give me your thoughts. I got to think about this one.
But
I thought of the theme, but in that case, I couldn't think of the answer. Okay, actually, wait. Okay, there's a few different scenarios, but fine. Traveling related. The first time I went to California. There's
Why did
many
you feel-
times.
Wait, you've been to California?
Yeah, I've been to many places.
I love how he said that. I've been to many places.
About 15 countries in Europe, about 30 of the U.S. states. I've been a traveler for quite a number of years.
And how did you make it to California? Why did you go to California?
Oh, I got one hell of a story. I was sharing it with somebody in the bar actually just the other
And why
day.
did you feel untouchable when you went to California?
It's the first word that came to my mind. Like on top of the world. Because you think you can do anything, right? So listen to the story. Yes, most people know where Buffalo is. It's just on the U.S. side of the border,
Yes,
right?
most people know.
My first, and I even remember the name of the airline. It was American Airlines. I found a flight from Buffalo.
remembers all these
Buffalo
details.
to New York for $194 US, rather than $600-700. So yeah, okay. I remember taking an overnight bus from Albany to Buffalo. It took me quite a while to get there, but still, it served its purpose. I got a damn cheap plane ticket, and that was a kind of a memorable moment.
The fact that he hasn't been molested or sold into sex slavery or for body parts is alone should be what makes him feel untouchable. Did you listen, P?
I'm listening.
When I felt untouchable or like $1 million, my first blowjob. Your first blowjob, you feel like $1 million.
How'd your mom feel?
You're like, I wasn't gonna say it. You find that funny?
All right, next.
Funny.
Number 2, saddest moment.
I have one. I want to go first on this one.
Oh boy.
There's been a lot of sad moments in my life, but as well as happy ones. But the one that comes to mind first is when we had to put down my precious bird,
Oh yeah.
Titota.
That's a good name though.
I had a little birdie. It was a cockatiel. Why did I say the name of the bird anyways? And she had
cockatiel, huh?
Yeah, or a cockatoo. I don't know how to pronounce it. She was an adorable bird. She loved to sing. And I remember she had an eye infection, and we would always put cream, take care of her, this, that, but it wouldn't do anything. We brought her to the vet numerous times. Eventually, they told us, I think the SPCA told us we had to put her down because they didn't know what it was. Like, they couldn't figure out what was wrong and why she kept going blind. And then eventually we had to put her down because, the bird was suffering, and they didn't know if it was going to spread to like other birds because they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And that was a very sad moment in my life because I loved that bird. That's it.
You made everything sad.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's true that a person can go into several levels of detail. It's pretty simple, My father passed away, and I've had other family members die, but I'm not going to go into all these levels of detail. Well, and don't forget, I have mentioned this in prior episodes. My father had a company. Sadly, that's what they call a double whammy. He lost his company. The government audited us. They took away everything we had, and then he passed away due to liver disease. So,
Why did the government take everything you have?
I'm going to be as honest with you as I can, and I know I'm kind of making... I know that I've had people tell me, yeah, I know why they took away everything, because you were working there, you fucked everything up. But putting all jokes aside, he was an old man. He didn't want to sell the company. He was one of these people that he didn't want anybody else interfering with his work.
Please don't blame your father on this. Please.
Hold on. I'm being as objective as I possibly can.
No, you're not.
In my opinion, okay? Work with me, guys. You have liver disease, as I already explained to you. You're getting sicker. He had this fantasy, my father, that maybe not a fantasy. He firmly believed that he was going to get this company up and running and have it worth millions of dollars. He got sick. He had to lay off all his workers because they had no more money. Most people, I think, would just kind of salvage, it's not going to happen. He's like, one of these people that wants to fight to the death. They're going to fight. They're going to go after something tooth and nail. That was his passion his whole life. Well, just my humble opinion, but when he became sick, he should have sold the company and gotten something. He got nothing. I don't want to deviate from your question, okay? I'm going to answer it. Why did the government audit us, okay? They found that they looked at our tax return and they saw mistakes. Now, I am not the company accountant. I'm the bookkeeper. My father was the one that was making the financial returns.
Sake, bro.
And we ended up getting screwed over for about $250,000 in tax credits.
No, you screwed over your father's company, bro. If you were in bookkeeping, you can't properly put something on a shelf, and they put you in charge of bookkeeping. I will say this, Pantelis, are you listening?
I'm very listening.
Knew it.
You
are
are just as fault as the people that put you in charge of bookkeeping. Hey,
Yep.
I have to say that. So everyone got what they deserved at the end.
I got something very important to say, and there's no joke.
No. Oh, okay, go ahead.
You have the account. You have the whatever. There's various structures. My father was the one that was the president, and he was the one that made the reports. He gives me the books. He says, put this, and this together. Our problem was not with the book. We were expecting money back from the government, like $250,000.
Yeah, but he handed you all the receipts and everything. You were in charge of.
My task was just little GST QST. That's nothing. You're talking about two different
little
things.
GST QST, bro. Anyways.
And that's not what screwed us. The $250,000 the government was supposed to give us was what screwed us. We're talking about payroll. We're talking about major. This is stuff accountants do. I didn't go into that stuff. GST. You know what I mean?
Anyways.
So
All right, number one. Let's get this
Next.
over with. 'cause I'm
Numero
losing my mind.
uno. Number one, the day you got your first job.
When was the day you got your first job, and what was it?
I was 18. I don't remember what the name of the company was.
18?
Well, hold on. Yeah, 18. I remember those
Big
that
boy.
company where you're delivering those circulars. You know, when you see those signs, no circulars? We couldn't deliver there.
Oh,
But yeah.
you're talking about like the ads in the mailbox? Like
Yes,
a public
yes,
sac?
yes, exactly. I was 18.
Oh, nice. I thought that was a child's job, but I'm with you.
On a bicycle?
No, by foot. It was only, where was it? It was downtown in Westmount.
Okay. Me, it was a restaurant job.
Oh,
Nothing special. Busboy, 15 years old.
I like how you're like, nothing special.
How
I
long
don't
did
wanna
you have
brag.
it before you switched jobs?
What?
How long did you have it before you moved on to the next job?
Oh, I got fired from that job.
As most
What was the
jobs.
reason?
Look
Yeah,
at
it's
him.
a long story. I've said it on another episode, actually, but it doesn't
Oh, I
matter.
got to do some digging, right?
Yeah, there you go. Go do some digging. Maybe you might be good
How
at
much
that.
time had passed from the time you got it to the time you were fired?
Huh?
You know, you had been working 2 weeks and then they fired you. 6 weeks? The amount
Oh,
of time
like
you were employed.
almost a year.
Oh, wow. Well, that shows you
I
know
love
what
how
you're
that's
doing.
impressive.
A year, come on.
I ended up getting into fights with somebody in particular. Anyways,
I think we talked about it.
yeah, we did.
All right, go to the half. And the half, first time you moved out on your own.
Let me guess, I'll start by giving you my thoughts first.
Yeah, when's the first time you moved out on your own like a big boy?
It was in my 30s. And it was an NDG.
And how'd that go for you?
Not too bad.
Huh?
It was good fun.
Did you have a job?
I was working for my father at the time.
Okay. That's cool.
Anyone else care to share their thoughts?
No.
No.
Well, I know Poseidon when he did it because I was there.
2019.
Best night of sleep he ever got in his life.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm never going to forget that.
Yeah.
Just him telling me, bro, I got the best night's sleep.
Were you
of-
uncomfortable or were you like, oh, wow? What were your
Freedom.
thoughts
That's-
like?
Well, no, he got his best
No, it was
night
just
'cause he felt good.
I finally had. I lived in a apartment with 3 other people, my brothers and my mother. So there was always something happening. So there was never any downtime. You know, I would go to bed at 3. The other person would wake up at 6. The other person, and it was just a mess, which is normal. This is just multiple people living in an apartment, like roommates, basically. And yeah, I just didn't have a time where I was alone.
That's what prompted you to do it.
No, there were other things. But no. But when I was finally alone, what he's trying to say, I was finally alone in an apartment with no noise. And I just passed out from exhaustion, and it was the best sleep I had.
You didn't have a roommate.
No, of course not. I cannot stand.
There's a difference between your family, which has several
No,
members.
I
and just
couldn't
one.
stand. I couldn't stand my own family members. Okay, and I love them to death, but I can't stand them, and they know this. But there's no way I would have moved in with a roommate. I'd strangle. Could you imagine me with a roommate, P? I'd go to jail.
Really?
Of course, bro. Are you crazy? That's insane. I'd lose my mind. Moving in with a stranger? Are you? That's
Well,
preposterous.
I was going to say someone you knew, a friend.
even.
Doesn't change anything. Okay.
Even. All right, I think we're gonna close on that. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it's because I got a weird fucking email, bro, and I've been trying to figure out what's going on. And now I just found something. But I'm gonna call them.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna. This was I must say
The weirdest episode.
the weirdest episode, and I will say the most abysmal top 5.5 we've ever had.
Yeah, you should have not had one.
Yeah, I should have. You know what? I will no longer. I just wanted to see what he could do.
Well, not much.
And I've been exposed to it.
Well,
and
it was
you will
relegated to one subject matter,
You will
but-
you will never do the top 5.5 ever again. I will try and figure it out going forward.
It is what it is. Well, what can I say?
And sorry for freaking out and yelling. I apologize. I can't with him sometimes. He's like, I feel like I lost I woke up with a lot of energy. I feel like half of it's gone.